Hi, so my name's Jack.
I'm Eli, and we are Txtra. We drive innovation through customer feedback. So first of all, how many of us in here have actually written a customer review in the past month? Well, the rest of you are not alone because national research shows that only 5% of people ever write customer reviews because it takes too much time and too much effort. Yet 90% of us rely on those customer reviews to make a good buying decision. So the real question is, why does this imbalance exist? Well, does this look familiar? No one is writing customer reviews because you're being asked to write them here. You're not going to go through all of your emails to write a customer review. We're reaching consumers the way they want to be reached, quickly, easily, effortlessly, and this is how we're doing it. Through Txtra, we developed a patent-pending software that gets customer reviews in a simple two-step process. One is to get a 1 through 5 star rating, and 2 is to generate thoughts from our customers. After getting this information, we generate a review that's postable through websites and also social media. As of right now, our clients, small business owners, can log into their Txtra dashboard and see what their customers are saying about them in real time.
So our go-to-market strategy is to first sell to small businesses, because we have several on board with our beta test right now. From there, with the help of a partnership with Jamie Sutton, who is the head of the Shopify Plus technology program, we're going to be able to fully integrate our software with the major online retail platforms. After we do this and generate a bunch of momentum and validation, we're going to take our product to the larger standalone corporations that really rely on customer feedback to work, such as Airbnb for their listings or eBay for their products. If you go back real quick.
Oh, yeah.
So we know that it's going to be risky taking our idea to these big businesses because, you know, why wouldn't they just turn around and do this themselves and just steal our idea? But we have a little bit of peace of mind because of our patent pending process of taking an SMS conversation log and being able to turn that into a shareable review online. So our pricing model starts as a free 30-day trial with all the pro features included, after which you will be automatically bumped down to a $25 a month basic plan. Our hope is that customers will miss these pro features enough that they will just automatically want to jump up to the $99 a month pro plan. And this is specifically geared towards the online retail platform pricing model. Obviously, when we look to sell to larger businesses that are going to need customizable implementation fees, then we're just going to have a consultation with them to get them a more accurate pricing for their individual needs. So, considering we only sell these $25 a month subscriptions to online retail vendors, our fixed and variable cost we calculate to be $2,000 a month for development and office lease and legal fees. And with these numbers, we've reached a break-even point after acquiring only 40 clients. And that's one of the most valuable things about Txtra. Our competition is comprised of 60 applications looking to get customer reviews for businesses. The problem with these is that a lot of them are just way too expensive, and none of them show innovation in the way that they capture these reviews. As you can see, one of our competitive advantages is that we're going to be the first to market using these SMS method. We're affordable for businesses, and we're affordable on our back end as well, which makes us scalable. Our reviews will help you validate your product for potential customers as well as improve relationships with the ones that you already have.
So far, we're 5 months into development. We've developed an MVP, we've conducted an alpha test, and right now we're in the middle of executing on our beta test. And so far, we've seen a 10-fold increase in customer reviews with an average response time of under 2 minutes. But this is the exciting part for Txtra. With our first ever published review, we actually helped to generate an $800 sale for one of our clients. And that's what we like to call going the Txtra mile for our clients.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think we should start there because I know these guys. Okay. Sure. I thought it was great. A lot of enthusiasm. Just a couple of minor points. I think that, I mean, really minimal amount of criticism. I talked before about the details. I mean, you have 90% plus 5%. There's 5% missing in there somewhere on that slide.
I'm sorry?
Go back to your
yeah, sure.
slide. need to explain where that 5% is. I know not all of us are engineers, but that was a classic. That's a great, right there.
There it is, right.
See, where's the other 5%? Is it 90%? What's
You're saying 90% of people are using the 5%. So he's not saying
I got it.
95%.
So I didn't explain. Okay, so
Yeah, so it doesn't
that
equal.
That could be used.
Right.
Okay. But I think the next couple slides you had were this is the bottom email
Sure.
versus text is phenomenal.
Thank you.
I think when you go to the slide that shows where your competition is, would have been a great time. I picked up on it, but it would have been great to say. So this whole side of the x-axis, there's nobody doing SMS text.
Right.
You picked it up in your next slide, but you want to leave them with like, now I get it. I can't wait to see what the next slide is about.
Awesome.
You know, I think you want to talk about competitive pricing because that is a benchmark, even though I think your product is significantly better than the email-based one. And being first to market, you know, I think IP, even pending IP, is somewhat of a barrier.
Right.
But you're probably not asking for $1 billion for your business. So I think the other things that we talked about was how much money you need to raise.
Sure.
Talk about the team, that sort of schedule like that. But really well done.
Thank you.
I thought it was fantastic. I think that I have 2 e-commerce companies, both are with Amazon and Shopify, and I was like, wow, I want to sign up.
Yeah, awesome.
One of our big things, right, is trying to get reviews, trying to get honest reviews. Because typically either people just review when they're really pissed off,
Right.
or if and so it's people are just kind of happy with it or
Right.
have some ideas. You don't really hear from them, so
Yep.
that's really cool. So I'm going to start with the pitch. I thought you obviously rehearsed. You have clean, a great flow, a great work through. I just thought it was really good.
Let's go that.
If you go through the slides, and I'm trying to think of the money slide. I think was fantastic, which was if you keep going through.
Pricing model.
Yeah. Nope. Keep going one more. That one. I thought that's really great. 40 clients tells me. I guess I'm assuming you're not always going to be under $4,000 for your
Sure.
yeah.
As we scale.
But I think that's a really good one. That was really powerful.
Awesome.
Go forward one.
Yep.
I'm trying to get to the slide I was thinking of. Keep going one more. There you go.
Yeah.
This slide. Do you have any actual review? Like this would be a good place to put up like a testimonial from one of your customers.
Great point. Sure.
Just that person who sold the $800.
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go to the product.
Great.
And I thought you guys did a really good job, and I wish I had more to critique you on. You had 5 minutes, and I thought it was really great. Tell me about this IP.
Sure.
What are you guys doing to protect this IP, and who's doing it for you?
So as of right now, in the market, for us to differentiate ourselves, there's obviously a lot of people out there doing customer reviews. But right now, if there's anything, so we're actually technically not the only ones doing text message as a way to get reviews, but we're the only ones doing it in text to get the reviews. So for example, one of our competitors will send you a text message with a link that will then take you to their website, that will then have to click on the product and go through this whole process, but we're doing it, and so that's what our IP is on. And Jack can actually talk a little bit more about.
What law firm or what lawyer is handling that for you?
So we are initially advised by Doug Lineberry at McNair Law Firm, and we handle the rest ourselves.
Okay, so this is where I would immediately stop what you're doing and go and scrape together whatever money you have.
Sure.
And get it, or maybe you want to give it to an attorney on a contingency basis, and don't do this yourself. This is the time in your life, the cycle of your business, where you can kill yourselves simply because 2 months from now, if this isn't properly protected, you have nothing to pitch.
Right.
It's obviously not a very technically difficult thing to solve. So we'll talk. In fact, we'll talk afterwards.
Great.
About that, because I think that that to me was the most important thing. You said it was IP pending.
Sure.
If you told me it was a big law firm that they handled it and this is my file number,
Right.
I would feel okay. These guys have it.
Right.
Right. But I want to know what that really means as an investor.
Good to know.
So that's the one thing right now. I think it's great. I think you guys have done some traction, and I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Okay, Fisher. Okay, so these are 2 of our students from our class, okay? So we have an ICAC class where we have 7 teams, and these are 2 of the students from one of the team. What they do normally in the class is they actually send us a text, and so we actually write their presentation. I like to leave it up to the audience because I've given them a lot of feedback already.
Right. Questions, comments? Pete?
I'm confused about the pricing. Who's paying and how much are they paying?
So for example, if you had a online retail platform, if you were selling fishing accessories and you shipped them out, you would pay us either $25 or $99 a month, depending on how many features you wanted. And we would get a notification from your API, from your database that's built in through Shopify, of when your customer receives the product. Now you can set a time frame, whether an hour or 12 hours after they receive their product during business hours, of course. That text message would go out asking them for their feedback on the process and to get a customer review. Our software would take in their responses and generate that review, which can be compiled and will be featured on social media if you want, or on your site if that's what you want, or just internally if you don't want to externalize any of the data that you get back.
So why wouldn't you have a dynamic pricing that would be $1 per response? So it dynamically goes up with engagement, because $99, I mean, it's not enough. Like, why would you have $99 and then $1 per response
Sure.
that you bill back to them?
And we actually did play around with that idea a lot. So actually, what we plan to do with this pricing model is just specifically for those online stores. And if we do decide, so we have a trigger point in our software where if it does go over a certain limit, so where $99 doesn't make any sense, we would obviously allow them to finish out that month. But then after that, we would contact them and go through a consultation. But we're also in talking with a real estate closing company that is interested in using our product. And so those brick and mortar stores can also have access to our product, and on that it would just be, our pricing wouldn't be on our website at all. It'd all be through consultations at that point as well.
I think that's a great point. And I think Shopify does that, right? If you guys have online stores, I don't want you to mess around with
We do.
Yeah, so Shopify charges you a minimum $30 a month and
Right.
a vig on everything you sell. So I would pay the extra dollar, even if it was $25 a month, just to get access, and then every review they give me, and I'd be okay, because you provide value. That's a fantastic idea.
Good to know.
I think it is, but
Great.
I also feel like to get started, you're better off doing it this way, because I don't think it's a lot of money for people, for companies and things like that.
Right.
And use this to drive your usage statistics and then develop a pricing model.
You're
Awesome.
saying getting started this way or getting started with the
I think
30
starting
plus
this way
one?
is better, just to say people, okay,
Sure.
it's gonna cost me $1,200 a year.
Right.
Makes sense, yeah.
Then get the statistics and then then go back and develop your pricing model
Okay.
from there.
Sure.
Makes sense.
Thank you.
Who controls the reviews to keep them legitimate?
So
That's a good
when
question.
we get access to your database, it's obviously over a secure connection. So when we send the text messages out, if your client if your customer, doesn't enter in their phone number, then a text message won't be sent out to them. If they do, which most websites and online retailers require, and Airbnb and a lot of online, they all require that phone number. So when they put that in and we text them, we know it's going to be them giving their responses back to us. So this is even more secure than review websites like Yelp, because anyone can go in there, even if they've never been there before, and give a review. If you haven't bought a product, then you won't be asked to give a review for one of our clients.
Are they directly integrated into the store? So I'm saying, like, the owner of the store, he doesn't control which reviews get posted, correct?
Right.
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 Yep,
He
for
has
sure.
a choice to either externalize the reviews and have them shared, or keep them internal. But he doesn't get to go through and take out all the one-star reviews.
Sure.
I have a question. Have you guys considered what the format of the review is going to be? So reviews have multiple parts. It can be how many stars, or is it good or bad, or are you going to do an emoji, thumbs up, thumbs down? I mean, how are they going to know how to format their review? Or is it just text? Do they get instructions when they're prompted?
Sure. So in our
Oh, I see. So it's like a dialogue.
Yep,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah, you're just having a texting conversation with our chatbot essentially. And so in that we'll designate either 1 through 5 stars, and then you can just tap a number, and it'll go from there. Sure.
Is that all chatbot?
It is.
Yes.
Talk a little more about how you get clients. Are you getting to the first one?
How do we got those first few clients, or how do we get to the first? Right, how do we acquire them? So as of right now, we have a few mentors. Jim Wasson with South Carolina Business Development Center has been really great for us in getting leads or just introducing us to the business community and a few online retailers. We've also done some emails, and we'll be doing blogging and stuff like that to kind of get into that online space more. But like I mentioned earlier briefly, we're approached by a real estate lending company that will use our product for a much larger scale, volume-wise text message per month. So right now we're kind of pivoting to customize to that. But
I guess short answer,
Yeah.
Steve's College Charleston did one article on us, and from that article, which probably wasn't read by a million people, we had several businesses approach us and want us to customize that for them. And so that's for the outside stores. For the online retail stores, as soon as we have our product on their marketplace, they can drag and drop our product, and it'll feature, if they type in reviews, our product will pop up on their plugin search page, and they can drag and drop it in.
Jack and Eli with Txtra, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.